Too amped up because we want to beat them so bad.
We don't have real solid game plans. We absolutely beat ourselves. It was like running our heads into a brick wall.
If they don't shoot us off the break, they're not going to beat us.
Underestimate us.
We don't have a solid strategy. We just lost focus. We knew that team was young, we could break them.
I almost quit playing paintball after that season.
Fighting amongst ourselves.
They started beating themselves up in the pits.
Blow up in the pits and hate each other.
The number one rule is don't beat yourself.
We beat ourselves.
We beat ourselves.
We beat ourselves.
We beat ourselves.
Find a way to beat themselves.
We lost it, you know?
We got what we deserved, really.
The majority of this game really is mental.
This game is a head game.
Some of the guys have a little bit of a mental problem with them.
I think a lot of it was mental.
I love Phoenix. I always got good mojo in Phoenix. It's the first tournament of the year, so it's, you know, whoever shows up prepared and fresh and, you know, excited to play good, and it's a good tournament. I like it.
getting onto the Ironman, they were already, I mean, it's a proven team that won 2 World Cups in a row. Every player on there was like, it's a solid player. Like, there's not some one guy on the Ironman there you're gonna be like, yeah, I don't know about this guy. He might play good, and he might not. I mean, it's like every guy's gonna have a good game pretty much.
No, I think that the team really didn't come on to its own. You know, we were used to winning almost everything or competing in everything. And then I think you kind of forget the little things you do that make you win. And I think it took us a while, you know what I mean? I think the first 2 events, we're still trying to work those little things out.
The off season of 2008 to 2009, we didn't change anything. We took the same aggressive mindset, the same strategic ideas, the same preparation on and off the field into Phoenix. And this is just one of those events where everything just lined up for us. We kept the core of our team intact for almost 2.5 years. So which is a hard thing to do in today's game.
In 2008, it was everyone just, I mean, after the first event, we just got shit on by everybody. Chicago, we lost everyone. World Cup, we lost everyone. I mean, it was, yeah, it didn't matter who it was. I almost quit playing paintball after that season. Go from 2008 to 2009, it was really kind of an I don't know situation. I mean, coming from the Midwest, going through the winter without really practicing outside and indoor practice kind of sucks. It's a new team again this year. No one knows what's going to happen. And, you know, it was roll the dice, let's just go with it.
When we came into Phoenix, coming off losing Cup the year before, it was really hard, so we put in a lot of time in the off season and practiced hard for that event. We thought we knew the field really well going into the event.
Arizona, we went in strong, had a lot of confidence, a lot of talent on the team. You know, we played like we should. We played our game, we controlled the matches, we had some real dominant wins.
Phoenix, I can't remember who we played first, but we beat the crap out of them. So we were pumped up.
I remember the first game we played Aftershock, and we'd always beat Aftershock, but they rebuilt the team. But I think in the mind of other people, they're like, oh, we always beat them. And then we got beat like 1-7. To say the least, we went into Phoenix really unprepared, and we didn't win a single game.
Dug real hard. We practiced all winter for it. I mean, we really went out there and showed people how to play, and I think we did it really good.
That's just like they say in football, any given Sunday, you know, you could lose, you know, to a team that you know, better prepared than you were.
It was a close game, so it could have gone either way. It was just they won those pivotal points. I mean, I think a lot of it was mental. Like those two, there's like that 1 2-on-2, that 1 1-on-1 that you need to win it, and you know that could go either way.
What does the truth mean to you?
was happy with the way that we played. You know, it was just a few breaks here and there. It wasn't like they came out and beat us or we came out and dropped the ball. You know, it was just a hard-fought battle and they won.
For me, it was an eye-opener. I mean, we figured we were always right there, almost getting to the finals the year before, and then we just broke that hump and we actually won.
We're playing the Russians for third and fourth, and we beat them pretty handily. So, you know, leaving that event, we were confident that, you know, we played well, and that, you know, a few more little things, and we could have done a lot better at that event.
When it came to the finals, we met up with Philly, and they were playing a game we hadn't played against before.
I think our mentality going in the tournament was different from every other one. It felt more that not we needed to win, but we deserved to win. We put in the hard work, we knew what to do, and we just left it on the field that day.
We just weren't prepared for what Philly threw at us.
When we were finally able to fight our way through and win the event, it was more of a relief for us. I mean, we didn't get the elation that a lot of people would expect you to have because it was like finally we broke through. We got so many second places in a row, it got frustrating to us, and then finally winning was just like a monkey off our back.
Every time we stepped in the field, we knew we were supposed to win. That's the difference, is confidence in each other and yourself. Let's bring it here, boys.
Yeah! They won that event. I don't really feel we threw it away. I think they won it.
After taking such a rough beat down in Phoenix, you know, obviously we're like, okay, not gonna let that happen again. We need to come out and play a lot better, practice harder, and work at, you know, putting together a functioning pro team to perform at the events.
When we played MAO, we didn't really have any momentum the whole event, and we ended up it seemed like we were squeaking by the whole time.
In MAO, the field just played well for us. We could send one guy out to the little Dorito on the Dorito side. I was lucky. I was getting out wide against a lot of teams, and that meant we could focus three or four bodies at least over the snake side, and generally overpower any team with just more bodies on the snake side.
This one's for you. Ain't this town too small? Ain't the stakes too high? Don't it make your skin just crawl? Watching those days fly by. All you wanna do is walk out, log in. We'll see what's going on then. Turn the lights on, the life's too dim. Send her to the timbers like those limbs. You want it.
We lost our first match to the Ironmen, but we were up 6-3 in that match. And it kind of showed the inexperience of the team as not being together long enough to really come out and put that final punch to finish out a match.
Clock on wine, persevere, no time for the insincere. So say it like you mean it, boy. Be the seed and soil, toil and reap, keep the spoils. The road is steep, the pavement coils. Now on your feet, keep it loyal. So say it like you mean it, man. Be the feet to the land, mark that where you stand. Stakes is high, that's the plan. Extend those hands, reach what you can. So say it like you mean it, boy. Be the seed and soil, toil and reap, keep the spoils. The road is steep, the pavement coils. Now on your feet, keep it loyal. So say it like you mean it, man. Be the feet to the land, mark that where you that's the plan. Extend those hands, reach what you can.
Keep your shit together, keep your fucking composure, keep control, alright?
Don't it feel good to touch? And it don't mean much, but sometimes you gotta reach out to reach up. Scrape those nuts to break those cuffs. Take that buck, it's on you. This is how we pull ourselves up. Overlook luck, run to the tank, spits dust. Cause ain't no spark, right like us. Yeah, we do what we say what we mean. Clutch the pain, take it all the way, take it all the way. No in between. My dedication to dedication, I dedicate this to you. This is my dedication to dedication, I dedicate this to you. This one's for you. So say it like you mean it, boy. Be the seed and soil, toil and reap, keep the spoils. The road is steep, the pavement coils. Now on your feet, keep it loyal. So say it like you mean it, man. Be the feet to the land, mark that where you stand. Stakes is high, that's the plan. Extend those hands, reach what you can. So say it like you mean it, boy. Be the seed and soil, toil and reap, keep the spoils. The road is steep, the pavement coils. Now on your feet, keep it loyal. So say it like you mean it, man. Be the feet to the land, mark that where you stand. Stakes is high, that's the plan. Extend those hands, reach what you can. My dedication, dedicate this to you. Be the seed and soil, toil to reap, keep the spoils. The road is steep, the pavement coils. Now on your feet, keep it loyal. So say it like you mean it, man. Be the feet to the land, mark that where you stand. Stakes is high, that's the plan. Extend those hands, reach what you can. My dedication, dedicate this to
And then once we made it into Sunday, we seeded to play Dynasty. We had scouted them some, so we kind of knew what they were doing, and we came out again, put together solid plays, got up on them 6-3.
I'm pretty sure that they got into the mentality where it's like 6-3, shoot a guy off the break, and we got it.
We kind of got lazy, and we're like, you know what, we're gonna do it. It's gonna happen. We have so many opportunities and tries, and then we just didn't do it.
Can't run, can't hide. No one here gets out alive. Don't get better, that's the best you're gonna get. The dealer's in, now place your bets. I can't eat, can't sleep, knowing that nothing's gonna satisfy me. Another pepper on a television screen. I'm on the oceans of stars, it's not how we raise. Against the forces of fate, the tide is turning my way. You should know better than to fuck with me. Tonight I will raise against the forces of fate. You better get out of my way. Oh, am I gonna fade away slowly? Inside my mind is a clock tick-tocking time. I'm gonna stop until my last day's done. You wanna try me? Well, come get some. Can't fade, can't wait. I gotta get up, there's no time to hesitate. Not gonna waste it with the cynical fools. Can't bring me down. Tonight I will raise. Get the forces of fate. The tide is turning my way. You should know better than to fuck with me. Tonight I will raise against the forces of fate. You best get out of my way. Oh, I'm not gonna fade away. So if you want religion. Sacrifice what you know. Sanitize your religion. Take your life and renew and do what you wanna do. Can't eat, can't sleep, knowing that nothing's gonna satisfy me. Another blip of a television screen. I'm on the oceans of stars. Tonight I will raise against the forces of fate. The tide is turning my way. You should know better than to fuck with me. Tonight I will raise against the forces of fate. You best get out of my way. I'm not gonna fade away slowly.
We're good about like getting up on points. And the problem is we'll get into like it's working for us, so let's just keep doing it, is the kind of mode that we get into. And then other teams are like, all right, well, let's just counter that. Being able to fix that problem really quick is, I think, a problem that we have.
Let's talk. We're not talking. We're relying on the sideline. We're just relying on fucking dumb luck. Do it together. Hey, let's go win this game. Ready? We got fucking one day today to win a tournament. It's our fucking day. It's Black Sunday. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, team.
There's always some kind of setup with two teams where one's normally always wins, and for us it was Damage and X-Ball.
It could be a mental thing for some guys, but for the most part, I think that's the way paintball, the outcome of paintball is sometimes. I think there's teams out there that haven't beat us, and there's teams out there that we haven't beat also.
They were a tough team to play, and we always seem to come up a little bit short, and they take full advantage of any penalty you get. They're real aggressive. They were just a real hard team to beat.
They were pretty much up the entire match.
I'd say maybe just because they tried to match us up with aggression, and they're a lot newer into the sport with their younger pro players, and our guys were more experienced in the aggression type play. I'd normally try to shoot someone off break. Carthy would try to shoot someone off break for Damage, and then if we made it wide, our kids were just a little bit more experienced down the snake and seemed to key up on them a little bit better.
Ironman, that's all we want to do, motherfuckers. That's why we train. That's why we're the best, baby. Go out there, let's fucking shine. Use these shields and shine. Play together, play fucking better than we played all weekend, and do it fucking, have some fun.
We played good enough to win that game. Ironman didn't beat us, we beat ourselves.
Clear these fuckers out! Why the fuck are we panicking? The game just fucking started! God damn it! Do not force it! That's just laziness. That is just laziness and sloppiness. I'm not tired, I just made a stupid mistake. All right, let's go.
We won the match, we won the tournament, we won it all in MAO, but we didn't do it with any kind of dominance. I mean, there was a little extra luck involved for us, that comes and goes for teams, and I think that weekend we had it.
I've never seen a team throw away a tournament as easily as we threw that away. At the last point, we were still up a point. There was maybe about 20 seconds left, and we get a major penalty.
We had a penalty toward the end, which I feel should have been assessed. It was not me, but I mean, that's probably a biased opinion.
Yeah, I thought we were going to have back-to-back wins. We really should have won that event if it wasn't for our own stupidity. But that was next level chaos. That was the first time that I can truly say, everyone can say, well, we beat ourselves, that cliche, whatever it is, but I mean, that's pretty ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. I don't think I've seen a professional paintball team blow a game or blow an entire tournament as fast as we did.
In MAO, I think we somewhat bombed. So Chicago, we felt that we had to go in strong and just show everybody that we're serious and we are about winning and we're getting down to business that event.
Going to Chicago, third event of the year, second in Arizona, first in MAO. The team's confident. The team feels like the same team as last year. We've got all the same core players. The Ironmen as a whole, for the most part, they always play a controlled game. It's very offensive, it's very aggressive, but it's under control. That field in Chicago, you just had to run blind. You had to run blind through gaps to get to the snake or to the diamond or whatever. You just have to go. You just have to do it.
My job will be to get in that diamond, and there's a guy that can shoot at me from across the field, but I can't see him because there's another bunker in between us. But then there's a lane right past that bunker that he's shooting at. So like literally, it sounds crazy, but you have to look at the ground and see if paintballs are hitting the ground right there. And if they are, that guy's just shooting that way. And then on top of that, you have to still like put in the guys directly in front of you that you're firefighting with, and then risk it. You don't even actually have time to look and see if that guy's shooting at you. It's a total pain in the ass. And then as a guy trying to do the job to prevent you from making that move, it's a pain in the ass for him because he just has to sit there and shoot that little spot the whole game, which is like, you know, come on, I want to play paintball.
Unfortunately, we knew what we needed to do. We just couldn't execute.
Chicago, we were able to make top 8 again. The upset for us in that tournament was we were able to beat the Ironmen, and they were on a hot streak.
I still stay up at night over Chicago.
Let's go, boys. Put your hands in here. Hey, listen. Today, we'll fucking do this together. Communicate across the board. No bullshit. You know how we need to do it. Attack. Let's go, baby.
I think they kind of slept on us, like they expected to beat us.
Didn't think it'd be too hard. They got murdered in Phoenix, so like we're just gonna dust them off real quick. And then they woke us up, they beat us.
Which ended up leading to them not even making the top 8, and they just made the final first and second, 2 events in a row.
And then we played Aftermath, and they just killed us. They made that diamond pretty much on the break every time, and we never got to it.
We've had a hard time with them. They were just obviously dominating us that event. We don't even know what we could change.
So pull yourself together. I'm sick of wasting time. I'm so familiar with these circumstances that I have nothing left to offer.
Once again, that's just a team that you can't slack off against, and they just took advantage of it and beat us down. I mean, it was really hard to go through that. When we get knocked out like that, it's just, I feel everything was a waste.
I'm sick of waiting on my own to brace for this disaster. Right now, when you find the fucking chance, open the door, open the fucking door. You know what up? It's that table. No need for you to drag it out for too long. Put an end to all the...
Going into the first Dynasty game, we were 3-0. We're in on Sunday. We've got nothing to lose.
They've kind of been building the team over the past couple of years. Every time we play, it's shock. It's like we know that it's going to be a tough game.
I need some stimulation to avoid the fact that I can barely keep my concentration on a common goal. So drag me out into the world. It's nothing more than what I deserve. I'm good to go. I'm good to go. I'm sick of waiting on my own to brace for this disaster.
I don't think we really made that many mistakes, and we just lost that last point. Sunday, it's a whole new tournament Sunday. I mean, they got penalties and we didn't capitalize on them. I mean, we just weren't ready for it. They did what they had to do, and we just couldn't overcome it. It sucked a lot.
We weren't up in the match or anything. We just got beat. Guys were dying on the break, and we didn't have much of a chance in that match.
They got the better of us in MAO was the last time that we saw them. We remembered that and took it into the Chicago event. And like I said, we were prepared and we were hungry, and whoever got in our way, we were pretty much just looking to take apart.
They had a tough year. They didn't have a good Phoenix event. They didn't have a good Charlotte event, so they mixed Sunday. They play us, who, I mean, we've had a great year so far. You hear that saying of, step up for the big games, and they have a lot of competitive guys that have been around for a long time, and they performed in that game when they needed to perform. And
both teams had penalties, and it was a really sloppy game. It wasn't the kind of game we were used to having.
They're a top-tier team, and we knew it was going to be a crazy game, which it was. I mean, there were penalties going in the air and different attitudes flaring and fast points, hard, people overshooting each other.
People were getting frustrated and getting penalties on both sides, and we weren't taking advantage of their penalties, and then we'd get one ourselves. That was the first time it just didn't seem like anyone was as comfortable or as confident as they should have been.
It was back and forth the whole time, and it was a bloodbath, like full on. Both teams wanted it, and both teams definitely came to play.
He shot him in the arm! He shot him in the... Are you fucking kidding me?
It was a real oddly laid out field. We didn't really have a snake. You had a diamond on that side, and I really don't think we were as comfortable playing that field as we should have been.
We came out on top by that 1 point in overtime, but we definitely did it.
We watch ourselves more than we watch other players. People think, you know, we scout every team. We're actually filming ourselves when we do that, and we go back and we go over our own mistakes. We're not worried about what they're gonna do. We don't care. I don't care what the other team's gonna do. I know if I do this, and my buddy does this, we're gonna win the game. That's the way we go about things. And I don't think anybody else does. I mean, I know the teams you get away with, oh, did you go to that corner? It's like, yeah, the guy in the left Dorito shot me. On this team is like, no, see on this film, you got shot because you're an idiot, because you're not doing the right thing. And then after a while, you have no more excuses. You have to start, either fix your game or that's it.
Let's go, Dave!
In Chicago, we were up like 3 points against the Russians, and you know we were like really beating them. That's one of those things where we lost it. You know, we didn't feel like they beat us. We feel like we lost it.
The number one rule is don't beat yourself. We let things that were happening in our pit affect what happened on the field.
Play tight, you fucking bunkers! Let's not get shot! Fucking clown shoot. We're giving them this shit. We shoot a whole fucking side out, we die out of our bunker.
People are yelling and screaming at each other. Obviously, yelling and screaming doesn't help anything.
We were up points, and we let them come back.
Basically, I think we were trying not to lose instead of trying to win.
Here I am waiting again. The moonlight's creeping in. It's like a spotlight shining on my lonely life. And all I could ask for is you by
It was a close game at the end, and they kept something up their sleeve that we hadn't seen before, and they just came out, threw it in our face, and that was the end of it.
Bring it in. No one's gonna roll over and give us anything. We have done so much that nobody expected us to do.
And all I could ask for is you by my side. Something to let go, to help me find what's mine. Don't you go, stay right here beside me now. This is not life at all. Stay.
I felt like we couldn't shoot them off the break. It felt like everything that could go wrong in that game did. You know, when you look at the scoreboard, it's 5-1. I mean, we were playing on our heels the whole time.
You know, they were trying a lot of different things to get in that snake, and we just shot them. I know they were like trying to go up to X and dive over. Just basically whatever they tried, we controlled that field really well. We wouldn't let them take the key obstacles, and if they did, we knew exactly what to do.
I thought, you know, it's going to be a close game, but the sad thing is I think they burned themselves out in that Philly game. I think they put everything they had out there. It wasn't a good game. They gave us 2 or 3 hard points, and after that, I think that was all they had in them.
And you want to never give up, and you want to believe that no matter what the score is, you could come back and win. But I mean, we just didn't have the momentum, and we just didn't have the confidence.
I know that we fought as hard as we could to the end, but they took it away from us, and they pretty much beat us up.
You know, Chicago, on this team, since I've joined this team, we've done terrible. I don't think we've even made Sundays. For us that tournament, to come back and be, you know, the dry spell win, to win the event after a year and a half, that was huge. I didn't, like, everyone didn't even know what to say.
It was like winning World Cup again. It was just like, thank God we did this, man, because we needed to. We pulled together as a team and we did it.
I feel like we had an advantage at World Cup because, I mean, it was right down the road from us and it was hot.
I think we have a huge upper hand practicing here in Florida because it's obviously a lot hotter. I think it's a lot hotter than here than anywhere else. I mean, it's probably 95 degrees right now with a 70 or 80 humidity, and no one else practices in that type of weather but us.
And we knew how to deal with it, and a lot of teams didn't.
That was another tournament where it was like super hot.
I can remember watching Jason Edwards' face like, When I remember him putting that beanie on, I'm like, ha ha ha, sucker, I hope you pass out.
At World Cup, I mean, we didn't even have water for 2 of the matches. And that was the hottest tournament of the year. You're trying to have guys that are running far and 100% humidity that are just eating it because they have no hydration.
That heat at World Cup was insane. I mean, it took it out of everybody. If you weren't drinking water, you were dead.
I mean, our snake presence the whole tournament was just dog shit. We were never in there. We would run out there and just get shot every time. Hey Slasher, sorry I couldn't get you in the snake, but here's the last bottle of water, so none of us have any.
Factor game is not. It's hard game for us because this is first game.
Our first games are always hard for some reason. We come out flat. But the thing with X Factor is they usually find a way to beat themselves. So we knew as long as we kept playing smart and just played our game, we'd be fine.
I think Aftermath is a pretty easy team to play. You play them hard. Either you just blow them out of the water, or even if you just keep the score real close, they're going to start getting frustrated, they're going to start making mistakes.
I suppose we lost our composure and a couple players got a couple penalties.
Certain calls didn't go our way, got a few penalties, and they capitalized.
2 majors will usually kill you in an XL match, so it did, and that was World Cup for us.
We know their style of play. We match up with them well. It just worked out for us.
You attack full flag, and I fucking mean that this weekend. Come on, win World Cup. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 10.
They attacked us, is what they did. And our team was an attacking team, and it was a bunch of young kids that are fast and quick and want to be aggressive. And I don't think we handled well to the way that they came at us.
It was crushing, the whole year's preparation for it. Things just happened the way they did, and there's nothing we can do about it.
They played better than us, and they deserved the win. We didn't.
They got up a couple points on us right away. I think they already played through a few matches because we had the buys, and they were a little more acclimated to the heat, which was grueling down there.
I think the first game we were pretty much destroying them off the break, shooting 1 or 2 bodies and making it to our spots, and then just dying like idiots.
It wasn't really a close game. We never really thought we were going to lose the game. Ended up winning it 7-4.
Come out here and keep smashing these motherfuckers! Hey, let's win this fucking game and go home! Show some fucking heart!
We played well enough throughout the season to get the first round bye. We came up against Tampa in our first 2 matches, and they pretty much owned us.
You find that the teams that win the close points win the matches. And like every 2-on-2, every 3-on-3, we lost.
That Dynasty game, I gotta admit, it was fun. I mean, I feel like the score didn't really do it justice. We were really comfortable once again on the field playing them.
I think we're the underdogs whenever we play any of the top teams in the world, and they underestimate us, and we make them pay for it.
Hey,
didn't feel like there's anything I could have done as a player that would have, you know, made a difference in that.
All our lanes were perfect on the break. No matter where we shot, we would hit someone, it seemed like.
I felt like helpless out there. I'm like, you know, we can't make the corners, can't get in the snake. You know, they're balling us up in the back center. You know, there's a couple situations where, yeah, I'd go out and like joust with my mirror and like we'd trade out. Like, and I'd be like, yes, I got one, you know, but like, and then I look back and there's 3 of us walking off.
We're being extremely aggressive that tournament, and it paid off for us. The way the field played out, we had a good game plan going into that tournament, and especially that field.
It seemed like even a couple games where we'd shoot, you know, 2 of them off the break, and they maybe shoot one of us, a body down, they're still just forcing the issue, and you know, it catches you off guard sometimes.
And fall and don't reminisce. See, it's just not fair. Not everyone moved on.
We actually played Damage a lot that year going before. We actually sent them home every event. And they're a good team. I mean, they're a top 4 team that year. But for some reason, our styles of play really match up well always. They play such a controlled defensive game. If they don't shoot us off the break, they're not going to beat us. So I thought going into that game, all our guys were confident. I don't think we ever lost to them as a team.
I wouldn't say we beat ourselves. I'd say we get a little too amped up when we go to play Philly because we want to beat them so bad. We've never beat them, and we wanted to beat them so bad.
I mean, I think we fight, we and he, and not fight.
They don't move more than anyone else. They don't take more spots. I'd say it's their gun skills and their discipline.
Because we strong guy. You saw this.
When they make their spots, they commit to what they're doing. They follow their game plan. There's not a guy that's, I'm going to hold this bunker and be shooting it and be like, yeah, I'm going to look over here now. Like, he's always on his job because he knows if he doesn't do that, he's coming off the field. He's not going to play.
It's top 4. You know what? I'm sick of the fucking top 4. I want the number 1. Right now, we got to fucking take that first place. They're not giving it out. Take it from them.
And that discussion was all true until you decided to bust in with the old you. Now you're judging them all through your gut and it sucks, man. You stuck them with no shoes to walk in, so there ain't nothing to soften the blow from that trailer burning coals or the rocks in the road. But you expect them to follow in your pussy footsteps, which couldn't ever work. You wouldn't look left, and yes, there was love in the air. You should've took breaths, you know you should've. I said yes, there was love in the air. You should've took breaths, you know you.
It's frustrating. All of them are great at gun skills. Like, you don't go to a Russian guy and fight him. You like just push him down. Like, you have to really work on getting those guys in.
Clean, I'm feeding the rest of it, still beating chest to the lesser of your subjects. And they're bench pressing their grudges, repeating the reps and blending them in with their crutches and preaching the steps. I step lightly. Tonight there just might be a jailbreak, and more than likely it's fail-safe. Full speed ahead till the sail breaks. Take a deep breath, man, that ocean air has a stale taste of a centuries-old war, where it was either all for one or one and all fours. Now, they were trained to kill all the silence, using nothing but silk, gold, and diamonds. They use the skills to build roads to islands, and I ain't gonna leave till the hills close their eyes. They were trained to kill all the silence, using nothing but silk, gold, and diamonds. They use the skills to build roads to islands, and I ain't gonna leave till the hills close their eyes.
Philly played way more aggressive and we just didn't deal with it right. I mean, they just, once they get to their spots, they shoot you in, and as soon as you go in, they're in another bunker. They're just fast, they're always on their feet, and they're always right in your face, and they refuse to say no.
You've got to get back together, back on the same fucking page, moving together, playing together, shooting your fucking guns together, and killing together. You have to get back to that right now. I know you should be ashamed of yourself. Right now, we fucking retaliate.
So double knot the laces in your boots when you leave. Cause trouble's got the ace of every suit in its sleeve. So quit the shooting the breeze and living a lucrative dreams. So just loop and just loop and just loop and just loop and it seems. They just loop, they just loop, they just loop, they just loop.
You could see our lack of preparation. 5 seconds before the horn, you go here, you go there. Who are you gonna shoot at? Just no discipline. The Russians just cleaned their clock.
Now, they were trained to kill all the silence, using nothing but silk, gold, and diamonds. They use the skills to build roads to islands, and I ain't gonna leave till the hills close their eyes. They were trained to kill all the silence, using nothing but silk, gold, and diamonds. They use the skills to build roads to islands, and I ain't gonna leave till the hills close their eyes.
Beat these guys repeatedly, okay? We don't have anything left to prove to anybody out there. It's about proving it to yourself and every other motherfucker here. So go out there and make these guys hurt. All Americans, all day.
We were beating the team down pretty well. After we beat Ironman, I was like, all right, we're back. We're gonna smash these guys.
Come on, guys, don't come out here. Let's go, come on.
It was like, you know what? These guys have nothing for us. Let's just show them what we can do. Let's not worry about what they're gonna do. Let them worry about us. Let them worry about what we're gonna do.
Game one had a really big one-on-one with Justin Rabikoff and still the new kid on our team, Sam Monville.
He's probably one of our strongest one-on-one players. He's not going to try to run down the field, do something like that. He'll sit there and he'll take as much time off the clock to win a one-on-one. So
he's in a one-on-one against Justin Rabikoff for 5 minutes.
And at some point, we were yelling at Justin, just get it over with, whatever you're going to do, you know? You can win or lose, no big deal, but we lose a lot of time.
And then they got a major penalty, and that game was over.
First game, we lose because not good for us. It's penalty.
Penalties are huge. If you get a penalty, you're an idiot.
Stupid penalty.
We played up the entire game. It was a close game. There was a couple times where it was just a point or two difference, but we felt good the whole time. They weren't doing anything drastically different than any other teams we were playing. They weren't beating us really bad on either side of the field, so we were able to win the long points and win the close points that we needed to take that first game.
One more game, All-Americans!
The second game, I think everyone, just like me, was just pissed off because we have this opportunity to win World Cup and win the series, and we're going to throw it away and let the Philadelphia Americans beat us in a best of three. And everyone just knew then that we just have to smash these guys and play how we know we can. We didn't really have to say much. We didn't have like this hoorah huddle. We just knew exactly what to do, and after that, we never really looked back.
You know, Philly was real confident that first match, and I think they thought, you know what, we're going to stick to what we know. We're going to go down that snake side. And we said, you know what, let them have the snake. We'll go down this side. And they didn't pick up on it till the end. It was too late.
We just did the same thing, and honestly, that game, they shot 2 or 3 of us off the break every time.
And it was just working, and they kept doing it, so we kept doing it.
Second game, we smash him. No, smash Philly. Shoot, go, running, shooting, waiting, little bit waiting, and go shooting.
It wasn't they weren't always shooting our snake side, and they weren't always shooting our Dorito side, but they always shot 2 people.
I never looked at the score once. I just kept walking out there and getting ready to shoot some guys.
tried to go short, and they shot us short. We tried to go long, they shot us long. No matter what we did, they did it better that game.
Is this into the game and torn apart? Which with this tourniquet upon the pipeline that carries all the pain in the world. As we blindly clap and cheer from the sidelines, it's clear on a losing streak from the very start. That's who they found me. In the cemetery.
The whole year we had close games with them, and to get blown out like that in front of everyone, it was real frustrating.
I don't care who you think you are, if you just take a beating like that, you're immediately going to think that you're not playing as well as you should have.
Do not waste this opportunity! Game fucking 3!
So after that game, we all said, we're not fucking losing this third game, no matter what.
That faded ribbon off the oak tree, and they've worn out all the hope in their hearts. All along thought I was doing the right thing. Now I'm lying in a pool of my blood, and that's where she found me. In the cemetery.
We came out and we played good the third game, and we got up points on them fast.
Second 2 point, lose 2, and after this point, we discussed the strong man, and we won.
In the cemetery, a smoking gun in my hand. Now I'm dead for the land of the free. Sing with me, the American scream.
You know, when you look at your teammates and they have a shit-eating grin on their face, you get one too, you know?
Спасибо, вот этим людям, вот они, покажите их. Не, снимай их камеры.
Don't matter, I think like that.
Fucking it.
Yeah? Okay?
Was there anything else you would change from that tournament?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have gotten as drunk after so I could remember how to talk to you right now. I don't even remember the tournament.
Sleep tonight, because we go nightclub, sleep club, yeah? Yeah?
I mean, we did look like jackasses though. So everyone else, I kind of felt dumb.
You know, Ryan Moorhead, you know, he was shooting everybody in Phoenix. You know, he's a dude, he pretty much won that event for him. He was blowing the Dorito side every game. You know, if I'd seen, you know, Ryan Moorhead outside the hotel, you know what I'm saying, I'd have raised up on him too, you know, and just, you know, gave him some of these. But Ryan Moorhead, lucky he didn't talk mess about me in the short bus, because I just clapped up all them fools, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't play around.
I'm pretty sure we just had little kids dress up in our uniforms and go out and play, because we were absolutely awful.
What?
Beat him down, punch him in the nose! Close the door! Close the door!
We didn't close the door, we left it open.
Close the door!
We were lacking Chris Soya.
Our coaching staff is not very good. Like our sidelines, it's like, hey, kid, we just met you. You hold the signs up. Kid that's on PB Nation that we just picked up. Yeah, can you yell the codes? Here are the map of our game plans and our bunker names. So just cool. This is Alex, by the way. You're gonna be talking to him. You know, so like, God.
Haha, bitch, I got you.
Yeah, just it was tough. It was
growing. Everybody look this way. Don't worry about that guy over there.
It's okay?
Yeah, oh, beautiful.
Yeah?